Let's go with offensive player of the year. This is an interesting list
Mm.
because I think there's a couple of guys. Because now you're going. It's not just about the most valuable player. This is just a guy who had a great offensive year. So here's to me where we get. We got Tyreek Hill, of course, the cheetah, had a great year. Lamar Jackson again, C.D. Lamb, Christian McCaffrey, and Dak Prescott. So again, really quick, I'll get mine out of the way. This is where I would give Christian McCaffrey the award, Tina, is for Offensive Player of the Year for the
I
year that he
agree.
had. Which is why I would give Lamar MVP and give
Correct.
Christian this award only for that reason. Because he had one hell of a season for San
Oh
Francisco
yeah.
this year. And I just figure that, they have other weapons, obviously, and Purdy came into his own this year. But when you're just talking about offensive player, I think it goes to Christian McCaffrey. That would be my vote. Delilah will go to you next.
Same, because I know he won't get MVP because I agree Lamar does deserve it, and he's gonna win. Like it's no, there's not gonna be a surprise there. CMC 100% deserves Offensive Player of the Year. Thank God for him that the Panthers were like, we're in rebuilding mode, so get out of here because he would be
We
wasted
need a
over
few
there.
draft picks.
Yeah.
We'll give
Yeah.
you this guy.
So like kudos to him going over there. I hope Derrick Henry gets a new chance. I know he's more beat up than CMC. I said it before. I felt like he was wasting his time in Tennessee. I hope he gets the shot that CMC got. But yeah, CMC for sure, Offensive Player of the Year.
All right, great. Tina, we'll
With
go
the-
to you next. How
With the
about you?
comment that just popped up about Derrick Henry,
Yeah.
if the
Thank you,
Titans had
Chris,
been
for
in
tuning in.
contention, then I think that's definitely a conversation you should be having.
Yeah.
But the Titans were never in contention. So
Yeah.
sorry, yeah, he did, and those are great stats. But when it comes down when these are picked, it's going to be the people that are in the contention for the playoffs.
Right.
That's just the way that it
Yeah.
goes.
Right.
I agree.
I agree, which is why I mentioned Derek in the thing because I get it. So
Yeah,
Yeah. No,
I
it's-
agree. Like if I was sitting there and I was a voter on this, I'd agree that I would give it to Lamar and give this one to Christian McCaffrey. Though I hate to say, I'm not saying it for the Chief. I hate to say this. CD Lamb had a hell of a year for the
He
Cowboys
did too,
this
though.
year.
He did too, though. You're right.
So I mean, as
Yeah.
someone who had CD in her fantasy league, I kind of
Right,
saw
exactly.
that
There you
going
go.
on. Like, I wasn't sure the Cowboys were going to do what they thought they were going to do, but I knew CD was having a hell of a season. So, but I think Christian is like using kind of what Handy was saying. Like, if you take that person out of that game, what does that do to that team?
Oh my God.
No,
I think you could really make an argument between Tyreek Hill and Christian, but I think Christian just gets it just by slight different margin.
For sure. I feel like if Christian were the one injured versus Ayuk or even Debo, I think that would be worse for the 49ers, to be honest. I think that would be the biggest blow if they lost him over these two guys. Not that they're not important, but I feel like he would be the biggest loss to the 49ers if he was the one that wasn't playing.
Agreed. One reason, and the big reason I think he would be the biggest loss to them, is by having Christian there and being able to run the ball, it's allowing Brock Purdy to continue to develop and be comfortable in making decisions and doing those things. So, I don't who are we referring to about that missed the games? Are we talking about Christian?
I guess that's what he was saying. I don't remember how many he missed this year. Did he? I don't remember that. My mind. I don't remember.
Okay,
What I had
so
for
fine,
breakfast
he doesn't
yesterday,
miss
so-
games and then he ends up injured in the playoffs. To me, missing games has nothing to do with MVP.
It doesn't.
MVP is about what you do for that team. All the players need to have time off. If you're gonna, it's not a requirement for it, as far as I'm concerned. I honestly think they need more time off because they get injured in the later rounds because they're pushing so hard.
Yeah.
So, or in the early rounds, or whatever it is. So,
Yeah.
I understand the point. I just kind of disagree that missed games should not be a disqualifier for Offensive Player of the Year.
And we appreciate you, Chris, commenting. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
Andy, how about you? Offensive Player of the Year, sir. What do you got?
CD Lamb, with no hesitation. And I say this now, I might have a little bit of bias towards CD because I got to watch him play ball here before he went into the league. and
Sure. Yes.
uh, he was head and shoulders above any of the other receivers in the conference in the Big 12 here. And to be completely honest, he during his playing tenure is one of the big reasons why I forget which quarterback it was he was paired up when he was here. I want to say it was Baker. He's either it was either Baker or who came behind Baker. Was it Baker? It was Baker, and then it was the mighty midget out in Arizona.
Listen, all I know is that
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
right.
I didn't think you
No,
were
no.
listed in Oklahoma before.
All I remember, yeah, one game. All I
Who's
remember is
who's
CMC
the
just
mighty
little.
midget?
Kyler.
That's
Oh,
it.
Kyler
Okay.
Murray. Who's
It
the
took me till just then. I could not remember his name. All the jokes we made about Call of Duty, couldn't remember his name. But I think he was
Call
a
it.
bit. I think he was a key cog in the success of the Oklahoma Sooners program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In addition to
Mhm.
your boy being the quarterback whisperer. So, and seeing what he did this season, oh man, you know, I mean, you know, I think there's something special. I think there's something special about him, and I do. Uh, I mean, he accounted for a hell of a lot of Dak's passing yards this season. So that's who I'm going with.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
That is
All
fair.
right.